Hello, good morning. We're live at last. So, apologies. We have had, as you know, because Bex is reading the chat, we have had some technical issues. We did what you all suggested. We switched everything on and off.
Yeah, we put some money in the meter.
Yeah.
We dried Sean off.
Yes.
The gremlins aren't there anymore.
And we are live. So, in honesty, what happened is we arrived and there was no internet. So Bex and I were like, oh, why can't I do any emails? Why can't I do any, social media? Why can't I check anything? So there's no internet. It has been fixed. Massive apologies, but we are going to be live now until 12 o'clock. But because we haven't got a lot of time, we've only got 1 hour 40. We are going to have to talk really, really fast and go through all the plants at a really speedy rate, if that's okay with you. So yeah, so we're going to start off by telling you we've got free post and packaging with absolutely everything.
We do have free postage.
Yes.
Woohoo! Every plant that you order from us, from the potting shed, everything that's in the show today will have free postage. There is a special code to use though to get that free postage.
There certainly is, and we will be giving that code in a few moments' time. In honesty, we've got 1 hour 40. We're going to be live till 12 o'clock. We're going to try and get through as much as everything, but don't forget, all the plants are available. If you just click into the live, you'll see them all, of course, ready to order. So even if you don't get to talk about all of them, you can still order them and say, find out everything you need to know about them. But we have got some amazing offers today. So we've got Rose of the Week that we love, don't we?
We have indeed. It's been very, very popular this week, that one. So yeah, that's a good one coming up.
It's a ground cover rose and it's the most beautiful, beautiful colour. We've got an incredible offer on our pre-planted strawberry baskets.
Yep.
Pair of those, I'm not going to give you the price yet, but they're under £20.
Nice.
Way under £20.
Nice.
What have you got your eye on, Bex?
Ooh, I love the hibiscus tricolor at the moment. That is looking really good. We have still got some colour going on over here with the Agapanthus and the Gerberas though. But we've got a little bit of something for everybody, which is what I love. We have gardening for everyone here at YouGarden. So it doesn't matter the size of your pocket, your garden, or your gardening ability. We've got something for all of you.
Yeah, we really, really have. And don't forget, do join the club if you're not a club member, because that will give you a 15% discount on all the plants, the pots, the compost, and it only costs £10 a year to join on auto renewal as well. So yeah, we've got a great hour and 38 minutes ahead. Is everything all right? Now, Martin's in charge today. Do not blame Martin for the technical things, by the way.
No, there's been
He was not in charge of How are things back there, Martin?
Oh.
Right, so, although we think the gremlins are fixed, we haven't got graphics right now.
But that's easily fixed, everybody. All you've got to do is go to yougarden.com, click on the Live Now button, scroll down, and you'll be able to see everything that we've got selected
in fact,
for the live
so
today.
Martin, are we able to show that, do you think? Yeah, the website and how to find everything. Is having a think.
You can show that.
Well, let's do that because it'll give you a little idea of what's coming up. And this is what you need to do because, as I say, right. So, yep. So there you go. Go to YouGarden. Click on
YouGarden TV. Let's try that one. It normally says Live Now, but see up at the
yeah.
top
You
on
see
the
that
green
to the
bar,
right, Martin,
where it says YouGarden TV.
on the green bar. Just click on that. We are concerned it doesn't say live. There you go. Yes, live now.
If you scroll down, keep going, keep going.
So this is what you need to do at home.
That's where all the plants are.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to click into any of those, you will then be able to click through and make your purchase and start saving today with your club discount. If not, I've also got a bit of paper that's got all the item numbers and all the prices written on it, so I can tell you those.
Actually, that's a good idea. I better get mine as well, Bex.
But that's where you can find everything that's available in the live today. Every single plant, the pots, the compost, everything you see in there has free postage, and you can get your club discount today by joining the club. So it's very, very simple and easy for you to be able to do. We've even got the beautiful bulbs that are in stock at the moment. We've got the Ceanothus, we've got the anemones, we've got the beautiful alliums, and we've got the ranunculus in stock.
Oh, yeah, they're my mum's favourites.
Bulb season is about to start, everybody, so we have got that little preview for you as well.
Yeah. Now, I think it's best to start with our Rose of the Week, only because it's been so popular. And all the roses are in flower right now. Bex and I have been on the nursery. Pretty much every single one looks as beautiful and as gorgeous as this.
They are looking amazing.
They are, and I mean the pink is stunning, but it's actually carpet rose. So this one grows about 80 centimetres height-wise, but about 1.20 m width, so it's brilliant as ground cover. We were saying you could even actually create a rose hedge with this one.
Oh, yeah, definitely. If you've got a few of them, absolutely. A beautiful rose hedge. And the great thing with roses is, of course, their long flowering season.
Yeah.
They normally start flowering somewhere from around May time, May, June, and right the way through to sort of September, October. Good flower power on them. All you've got to do is a bit of deadheading to keep them flowering for ages. Well, I say all. They do respond to a good feed as well, roses, to keep them blooming for a really long time.
And they do want to be in a nice sunny spot. Now, the offer code today, those gremlins, one by one, they are disappearing.
They are indeed.
So the off code for today's live is YGTV 3225. I know a lot of you know this, a lot of you are regulars, but if you put that off code in your basket, it will unlock all of the promotions and it will give you free postage as well. So that one is only £16.99 for this week only. Normally nearly £30, but if you are a club member with your 15% discount, you get it for £14.44. But yeah, just have a look at this right now, because it does look incredible. And you can see that we talked about it being a ground cover rose. That's why it's got the name carpet in there. It will literally just smother an area of your garden with these stunning, stunning roses, big clusters of them in this absolutely divine cerise pink. It's got a delicate fragrance, so it's not overpowering, overbearing, but it is brilliant for ground cover. So if you've got an area, maybe a raised bed, maybe you've got a window box, a rectangular window box, it would fill that beautifully. Maybe you're going to create a rose hedge like we suggested. This would be a superb choice. And I know we featured this, we launched it on Thursday, and a lot of you did multi-order. Now in terms of spacing, it will go to about 1.20 m maximum width-wise. But I think if you're growing a hedge, I'd plant them about 60 centimetres apart.
Yeah, because you want them to grow into each other so that there's no gaps or anything in between. So yeah, 60 centimetres would do the job quite happily, and that will give you a wonderful flowering hedge for a good 5-6 months of the year.
What do you think about the fragrance?
It's a delicate fragrance, isn't it?
I think so. I can smell.
It's delicate,
but it's not an overpowering overwhelming one. I mean, I'm not being funny. Not everyone wants a very, very heavy fragrance when it comes to a rose. Some people love it, some don't. But a stunning, stunning rose. It's only at this price for this week only at 530084. Bex is checking the chat. I dread to think what people have been saying.
I'm so sorry we weren't here. But do you know what? They were all enjoying the chat with each other. So
good.
Do you know what? That's why we've got such a lovely gardening community.
Hang on, Mike. What? We are nearly at our second anniversary, aren't we, as well?
We very nearly are.
Yeah, and we've had so few technical issues in the 2 years, actually.
So few. Yeah. James, good morning. James says, morning, everyone. First time on here, YouGarden. So we must welcome in a new viewer who's commented in. Sometimes we get new viewers who don't comment, so it's lovely for you to comment and join us.
And we will say we're normally better than this. We normally do start at exactly the right time, and everything does normally work, but we've just had a few gremlins in the system today. But yeah, lovely to have your company for the first time. And we will say the prices on YouGarden TV are phenomenal. You know, to get the free postage, no matter what you order, is brilliant, isn't it? Because plants are generally quite expensive to send in the post.
Indeed.
But for any new viewers, if you join the club today, you will get a 15% discount on everything that you order from the show. Plants, compost and pots, and it's only £10 for the year. Now we're going to move on to Geranium Rozanne, which I think both of us, we often talk about this, we've both got this one in our garden, and I would put this in my top 3 plants of all time, would you?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd maybe put it at number 1, actually.
It's right up there for sure. I went to visit my mum yesterday, picked the dogs up because we went away for a few days, and I'd given her a Geranium Rozanne a while ago and said, plant it in your rockery, Mum, it'll look lovely. I mean, it does look lovely. It's kind of, her rockery isn't big enough. It's taken over the rockery a little bit, but it looks amazing. And this is the beautiful thing about Geranium Rozanne. It flowers consistently for a good 5-6 months of the year, and you don't have to do anything to it. Here, you're getting 3 of the 9-centimetre pots. Each one of these will grow to about 60 by 60 centimetres, and you will have flower upon flower upon flower, and you don't need to do anything to it. It just does it all by itself. I never deadhead my Geranium Rozanne, and it looks amazing. From June right the way through to November last year, it was still flowering its little socks off in November.
And the fact that it won Plant of the Centenary at Chelsea 2013. You imagine, there's a Plant of the Year every year at Chelsea, at the Chelsea Flower Show. This was given the award of the best plant in 100 years since Chelsea actually began. So it is an amazing plant. I use it loads. I use it in the pub garden I look after because it's just so reliable and easy. I've got it all around the edge of my main border in my garden. I've used it in pots, I've used it in hanging baskets. I recently did a garden makeover for a friend who just wanted everything low maintenance. So I put lots of these. He's got haybacks on his garden walls. I put it in there. I put it in hanging baskets. And the fact that it is totally winter hardy, comes back every single year. Another thing, it tends to be very disease resistant to aphids, fungal infections, slugs and snails.
They're not bothered by it at all. You seriously do just plant it and leave it alone. Part shade position is absolutely perfect for this one. Sun, it's fine, but yeah, part shade I find is the best spot for it. And what I love is when it dies back down in winter, so it's a herbaceous perennial, disappears in winter, it doesn't leave an ugly mess above ground.
That's true.
I love my hostas, but when they die back down, the mess that they leave behind is horrible. This just disappears. Tidies up after itself. It is a plant superhero, this one.
And when it establishes, if you've got it in the ground, it forms a really kind of dense clump. That's what mine look like. And again, because the foliage is so dense, it suppresses weeds as well, so you don't get loads of weeds poking through it. So, I mean, there's so many reasons.
There is only one industry where I think the description of dense clump is actually a positive.
Yes.
And that is gardening, isn't it? Like a dense clump, that's a good thing. Anywhere else you were to say dense clump, that would be a massive insult.
Yeah. But yeah. In gardening terms, a dense clump is good.
It's good.
So you get three of those now. Hands up, we do sell bigger ones in 2 litre pots, but they establish so quickly. I think the best value is to get the 3 and the 9 centimetre pots. They should already be in flower when they arrive, but do grab them. I think every garden should have a Geranium Rozanne.
I completely agree. Every garden I ever have, own, live in, whatever, will have Geranium Rozanne in it.
Same here. And any garden that I tend and look after, Geranium Rozanne. Because everyone thinks, you see, the garden that I made over, like, Marcus, he was like, oh, I love those blue flowers, you've done such a good job there. It's like, they're easy. So anyway, if you want them, 480-120-1697. Now, something else that I think is a very hard worker in the garden are ferns. And these are evergreen, fully winter hardy. You get 3 different ones here.
You do. Now, we can't guarantee exactly which varieties you're going to get because it just depends on seasonal availability, but we will give you 3 evergreen hardy ferns, and these are your problem solvers. So this is for those shady spots in the garden where, you know, very little other things will grow. There are shade-loving plants. There's just not as many of them as there are the sun-loving plants. So by planting your hardy evergreen fern collection, you're filling the problem of that shady spot in your garden. You're also making sure that you've got colour and foliage and something there all year round. It gives you that year-round interest. And I think these are for the low-maintenance gardener as well, because there's very little you need to do to them after you've planted them. And
again, they're going to stop the weeds coming. I tend to underplant a lot of my shrubs and bushes with ferns, because if you've got any areas of your garden that are brown soil, chances are a weed will appear there.
It's also a good thing, isn't it, to cover the soil, because any bare bits of soil that are left behind, it doesn't look attractive, but also it encourages evaporation of moisture.
Yeah, it does, especially this year.
To cover the ground, to make sure there's no bare bits of soil remaining, not only looks nice, but it actually helps you, keeps your garden, you know, more watered.
And again, when it comes to shade-loving plants, you know, the other obvious choice is hostas, but we do know that hostas can end up absolutely decimated by slugs and snails. But again, ferns don't seem to be affected much by disease, by slugs and snails. They've been around since dinosaurs lived on the earth.
Well, so I think evolution has a part to play here.
I do.
Millions of years of evolution means that they are resistant to a lot of things.
And they say they are fully evergreen as well. I mean, I've got a few ferns in my garden that die down, but I much prefer the evergreen ones because, they're giving you interest every single day of the year. Really nice established. They come in 3 9-centimetre pots, and the price today is just $17.97 560 213. Right, we are going to move on to a beautiful hydrangea next, known as Magical Matterhorn, and this is down by £20 today. In fact, club members, you're going to grab this for £12.74. That is such a good price, isn't it?
That is such a good price, £12.74. And what you're actually getting here is a nice compact hydrangea. I actually love Yes, Matterhorn, I am right. Sorry, just making sure my brain went off on a different tangent then. This one is more compact than other varieties, reaching about maybe 80, 90 centimetres, so about 3 feet height, 3 feet spread, which is a little bit more compact than others. That makes it absolutely perfect for container growing. If you want to container grow your hydrangea, this one is, I mean, you can do it with all of them, but this one's just a little bit more suited to it because of its compact nature. But of course, it's part of that magical series, so you get colour-changing flowers.
Yeah, and they are, say, it is that beautiful, beautiful conical shape that you get with all the flowers as well, with creams and vintage whites and greens. Hydrangeas are actually very easy to grow. They just like that moist soil. We always say morning sun, evening sun. I try to keep them out of midday sun just because they can dry out quickly, but look at this. And this is only, you know, it looks great now, but as the years progress, it will be absolutely covered in those flowers all summer long. I always think hydrangeas look great planted en masse. So this price, if you've been thinking about doing a whole border with hydrangeas, if you've been thinking about, say, mass planting, or just having several of the same ones scattered throughout your beds and borders, this is an absolutely amazing choice. And that is, I mean, we have got a few of the hydrangeas available today, but this one, the Magical Matterhorn, is the best price one. $12.74 for club members. That is incredible. With free delivery as well.
Such a good price, and as you say, for multiple plants, that's going to work out at a massive saving for you. I'm very much thinking about doing that, you know, the hydrangea border, and I want Verbena bonariensis just rising up behind it, because I think the purple against those lovely vintage whites that you get will look amazing.
That looks spectacular, actually. I nearly did a whole border myself in hydrangea this year. Didn't get around to it at the end, but it's still on my list. Right, going to move on to another cracking plant, an absolute winner, which is our Ceanothus. And I will be honest, so we've got a really low price on this, and we have checked the stock on the nursery. Some of it is a little bit bare at the bottom. Just saying it is. That is not a problem, because this is a very hardy, resilient plant. It's going to all bush out in no time at all. But the bottom may be a little bit bare. Yeah.
But $12.74 to get yourself one of the plants that I always say every garden should have.
Yeah, totally
so
agree.
Along with Geranium Rozanne, I do believe that every garden should have a Ceanothus. It's your plant for May. If you were making your calendar, like I try to, of my plant per month that's going to look absolutely amazing for that month, Ceanothus is the one that's going to be stand out in May, because it gets covered in these gorgeous flowers. The pollinators absolutely adore it. It's got the RHS Award of Garden Merit. The bees just cannot get enough of these. Those lovely little panicles of flowers, but so many of them that it almost obliterates the evergreen foliage on there. And then, of course, once those flowers are faded, you have got that evergreen foliage, which keeps it looking amazing all year round.
And it is one of the most winter hardy Ceanothus in the UK.
It is.
So hardy to, -8, -10. And all it really needs is a sunny spot and well-drained soil. Now, it does grow height-wise about 1.50 m, but width by about 4 meters. So if you've got those ugly fence panels, if you've got an area that wants covering, you can certainly do that. But you could train it to go up a trellis, of course.
You could, and you can keep it much more compact, because even though this can get to those sort of large sort of width growth, that large width growth, you can actually container grow these. I know you always tell the story about your mum's one that she container grew for ages.
It was in a pot for about 10 years. Was very healthy, flowed every year. We put it in the ground, it just went mad.
Yeah,
it looks great.
It's totally possible to container grow them as well, if that's what you want to do, and keep them a little bit more compact.
Anyway, good morning, everybody.
Hello.
Yes, we made it in the end. We are live till midday today. Amazing offers, but please do chat with us. You know, we've got a group chat on Facebook, on YouTube. You can, of course, email and send in your pictures at ygtv@yougarden.com.
We are getting a few, and we will do our best to show them, but just bear in mind, unfortunately, because of the gremlins, and we've got a slightly shorter time today, we might not get through them all. I promise you that we will look at them. Whether we get to show them all or not, I don't know.
They will be our bedtime reading, if we don't read them out. Right. What do you want to do next? Should we do the strawberries?
Oh, yes,
yeah,
please.
only because these are such good value. So 2 of these, are you ready for the price? Now, it says $16.99, but I'm pretty sure when you put it in your basket, it's $14.99.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Which means your club price will be lower?
Yes. Do you want to just try that, Bex? I'm sure it's $14.99 when you put it in your basket.
Give me a sec.
Go on.
I'm going to try it.
I'll tell you about them. So these are, you get 2 of them, they're pre-planted, they are ever-bearer strawberries. So that means, unlike most strawberries, I mean, things like the Cambridge favourite, which we sell and we love, that just basically gives you fruit in June. This gives you fruit in June, July, August, maybe even September. Now, is there any fruit on here?
There's some this side.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's a couple of little fruits here.
So many of these are already, well, I say already, they're still in fruit. They are also producing new strawberries.
Sorry, it is $14.99.
It is $14.99. Yeah, for some reason, when you put this in your basket, the price is only $14.99.
$14.99.
Yeah, so for club members.
So if I log in.
Beck's doing an order. So you get a pair of those.
It's all in the spirit of, you know, giving you information.
It is.
Not placing an order.
You've got 5 strawberry plants in each basket, so that's 10 in total. They're going to fruit for the next 5 years or so on average, and they're going to produce fruit for 4 months of the year. So I always think if you want to get the kids involved, if you want to, say, grow a bit more fruit and veg, strawberries are one of the easiest fruits to actually grow. You know, they're dead simple. Just keep them well watered, keep them well fed. They will produce little runners, and they're like baby plants on long stems. You can plant those up and get some free plants from them. But the value there is absolutely incredible. That is the best price we have done all year on YouGarden TV there. That is amazing, isn't it?
That is amazing.
Yeah. Have you confirmed your order?
IGTV 3235. Apply code. £12.74.
Yeah, for club members.
It comes up as for club members.
So that's, I mean, come on, that's less than £6.40 a basket for club members.
And did you say that there's 5 plants in each of those baskets?
I did.
There's 10 plants in total. That's amazing.
I know. Isn't it?
Isn't it?
You know, just think about how many strawberries you're going to get even this year, and then for many, many years to come. So the value on those is absolutely incredible. 320101. Let us know what you think of that value.
Yes,
right,
please.
Bex, on to one of your favourites today.
I do love hibiscus. Hibiscus is just looking so amazing this year.
Yeah, it is, isn't it, actually?
Everywhere
Yeah, I
I
agree.
go at the moment, you know, I'm seeing in people's gardens these amazing, beautiful hibiscus bushes and trees and things, and they just look fantastic. Really beautiful, exotic-looking flowers. But this is one with a difference because this is the Tricolor. Down here, you'll be able to see that there is the, or hopefully you'll be able to see, this is the grafting point here, and you'll see that there's 3 stems coming off there. There's like a waxy finish around this. Now, grafting is a meticulous process of sticking plants together. I know that sounds very simple, but you're basically sticking plants together. And what we've got here is 3 individual different plants stuck to a rootstock. What that's going to create is a tricolor of colour. So you're going to get 3 plants on one compact tree. Now it's a standard shape, so you have got this lovely tree shape, but then up at the top this is going to bush out and fill out, and you're going to get 3 gorgeous colours on here. So you're going to get the kind of lovely purple, the pink and that white all growing together on the same plant, and I think that is just going to look outstanding. Just really clever process that gives the most beautiful display.
Yeah. And I think for smaller gardens, to be able to get all those 3 colours on just one plant, fully winter hardy, they normally actually flower sort of like end of July into August, because we've had such a hot summer. They are a bit earlier this year, but they are absolutely stunning. And please do not confuse this with some of the other varieties that are not winter hardy. This one is totally winter hardy in the UK. And again, you can grow it in pots, but you can also grow it straight in your borders as well. But I love standards. I mean, we both love standards. They give you height. They, I think, add an elegance and a class to your garden. And again, for club members, bear in mind, there's a lot of work gone into this. 3 different varieties. Yeah, I mean, you know, I love your simple description of grafting, but it's a real skill, isn't it?
It's a real skill, absolutely. Not something I've ever done. I'd like to learn how to do it, but it's a very skilled, meticulous job to do that.
So, you know, an awful lot of work has gone into that. Right, we're going to move on to the nation's favourite apple tree, which is the Bramley.
Check out the size of this. I'm just going to pick it up so you can see. Right, that is...
I mean, that's amazing.
The size we're talking about. It's big.
And, you know, for club members, $18.69 for that one. I mean, I'm not being funny, that's what you'd expect to probably pay for a bare root.
Yeah.
And a bare root, as some of you will know, that's when you just buy the bare tree without any pot, with any compost. You've got to grow it and establish it. All of that work has been done for you. Now, we were talking about gardens earlier, and most people have got smaller gardens nowadays. You know, most modern estates have got small gardens, no parking.
True.
It's true, isn't it? You know?
It's very true.
It's true, isn't it? All these modern estates, like no parking for you, so all the streets are crowded in cars. But, you know, gardens have become smaller. That doesn't mean that you can't grow your own fruit and veg even in a small garden. And this tree, because again that grafting process down there, it's going to go to what, about 2 meters, maybe?
About two,
yeah,
maybe
2.5
a
max.
little bit more, you know, in a few years' time. But it does also mean that you can container grow your apple trees. And this is the fantastic thing about this. Now, you've got the king of the cookers here. This is the king. Yes, the king of the cooking apple. I always get mixed up between Bramley and Braeburn. Bramley is your cooking apple, and it's because of that lovely, soft, fluffy texture that you get when these apples are cooked that makes it absolutely perfect for cooking. Wasn't it the Bramley? You were telling me this, weren't you? That the Bramley tree is still... the original Bramley tree is still living.
Sadly, it has just recently died, apparently.
No!
Sorry, yeah, apparently.
Oh, no.
Yes, it did survive 200 years. It was, I only did this, I researched it, but it was Mary Ann Brailsford, apparently, who lived in Nottinghamshire, who literally threw some pips in the ground from eating a Bramley apple, and one of those pips grew into an amazing tree. And when she moved and sold the house and garden, it was a gentleman whose surname was Bramley that took over, and to cut a long story short, the tree was...
named it after himself instead of her.
Absolutely, yeah.
Typical man. Typical man.
But it became...
she did all the work, he took all the credit.
But, you know, it has become a tree worldwide, very famous tree, but from all the cuttings that have been taken from it, you know. But yes, but he took all the credit. But it does go back to over 200 years. And it is such an amazing apple tree, you know. When you cook a Bramley apple, that lovely kind of soft white flesh that is... I always think there's that lovely tartness to it, but then if you add a bit of sugar, you get the sweetness as well, don't you?
It's so good. It's so good. And to grow it yourself, that's the most exciting thing, isn't it? They're very, very easy. It's really nicely established. I mean, this one has produced an apple, but this is exactly why we say don't let them produce fruits too soon, because it just needs to establish a little bit first. But it is ready to produce apples for you. Put it in a sunny spot, keep it regularly watered. You're golden. I mean, you're going to be making your own beautiful, delicious Bramley apples for you to pick, and you'll be starting to do that from next year. Yeah, I think it's fantastic value today at £21.99. Right, so you can grow this in a pot. You can. And what we're going to say is our gorgeous heavy-duty pots are going to be the absolute fantastic accompaniment for them. Now, there's a lovely lady who follows us on TikTok, Anna.
Yes.
She's got 50-something of these. 50-something of the heavy-duty pots. Now, I know all our regulars on YGTV, you already know about these. James, if you're brand new.
Yes,
do you know about the heavy-duty pots? We want to take you on a journey with these, because once you've started to use these in your garden, you will soon see how good they are, and you will start using them for absolutely everything. Do you know how many you've got?
I've got about 24, I think.
I'm in the 20s with mine as well. I've got so many of them.
So, first of all, we'll just talk about using them to grow plants in. So we've grown potatoes in here, we've grown fruit trees, we've grown raspberry canes, we've grown strawberries, tomatoes, of course. So they are a brilliant commercial pot, but what Bex is showing you is the incredible drainage.
Yeah, now these are the new and improved ones. Previously,
they're really good.
It had a flat bottom, a bit like me, and it just had 4 holes along the bottom there. Now, it wasn't so much of a problem, because even if that was flat to the ground and those drainage holes were blocked, what you've got on these pots is all of these amazing big drainage holes around the edge here. You can see me sticking my little finger out there. So that means that your plant isn't going to sit completely soaking wet when we get massive, great big deluges of rain. You know, and those drainage holes at the bottom may have been blocked. It's the worst thing for your plants. However, we've now improved them, and we've got all of these drainage holes in the sides. Can you see, look? 3 there, but then on the other side there's another 3 here, and there's one at the end of each of these triangles as well. So there is absolutely no chance of your plants sitting in water.
And plants being waterlogged with soggy bottoms, wet roots.
Yeah, absolute worst.
It's the main killer of plants. So brilliant drainage, fantastic handles, so they're easy to move around. But this is not just for growing in. In fact, let's just going to show you some of the other brilliant uses. So I use them, and well, we both use these for tidying up, weeding.
Always got one for that.
I've always got a few. Yeah.
I
need it with my garden.
Got a bigger garden.
But they are brilliant for deadheading, weeding, putting all of your green waste in there. They're great for temporary homes for plants. I mean, I've got Christmas trees growing in mine. I tend to just shove them to the side when it's not Christmas time, but then I cover the pots with lovely green hessian sacks during the festive season. But for growing, I mean, tomatoes, cucumbers, raspberry canes,
rose bushes, cherry bushes, Stella cherry tree, Cordylines,
anything
Barnsley
really.
baby lavatiera, my Trachiocarpus I've got growing in there at the moment.
That looks a mess because I didn't know where to put it. It's still there now.
But this is the point of this bit in the video, isn't it? It's a temporary home for that plant, and that's one of the things you can use these for. I'm moving home this year, so I haven't done as much gardening in the actual garden. I've done a lot of container gardening, so I can take my plants with me.
And I love doing this. Rather than using compost out of a bag, which can be a bit messy and it spills everywhere, just decant your compost in a heavy duty pot. That makes potting up so much easier and better. So they are I'm going to say it, we both believe these are the best investment you're ever going to make.
They last forever.
They do. I mean, I've had some of mine nearly 20 years. They've got amazing reviews. They are virtually indestructible. I've just thought, actually, you've just reminded me, didn't you were sitting on one of these, weren't you?
I was sitting in one.
In one.
The slightly larger one, I don't know if my butt would fit into the 30 litre. Yeah.
Yes.
I can sit on it.
Now, do not try this at home, but it does show how strong these actually are. Oh, hang on, Bex.
I'm all right, I'm in. Hang on.
And it does make the most comfortable seat in the garden.
They're pretty strong.
They are. That's all I'm going to say. Right, but do not try that at home. They are not designed to sit on.
They aren't designed to sit on, but they are very, very strong.
They are, and they are brilliant. So get yours today, $16.99 for club members, with free delivery as well.
I'm feeling very energetic today.
You are. I'm just thinking, I had a 5-year-old stay with us on Saturday night, lovely Barney. He was a lot more well-behaved than you two. 130011 at $16.99 is the club price. Right, where do you want to go next? I tell you what, if you want something a bit more decorative, because we appreciate, we're not going to tell you the heavy-duty pots are the most aesthetically beautiful, but they are really practical and really great. However, if you're looking for something a bit more decorative, we have got the Helix planter.
That's
in the
a really good size
it's
as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 40 centimetres, yeah.
That's an awesome size. You could plant, I mean, you could go for nicer stuff. I wouldn't necessarily say the apple tree, because I'd want to go slightly, the 30 litre.
I'll tell you what about the rose?
But the rose you could grow in there if you didn't want it to do the ground cover thing. I mean, that wonderful hydrangea could go in here as well. The Ceanothus, I reckon you could get growing in here. One of the Geranium Rozannes in the middle of that pot would fill it and tumble over the edges.
Although, Bex, I tell you what, I'm thinking...
You thinking a geranium and a hydrangea?
Yeah, I'm just thinking,
why not?
That would be a lovely combination together,
Absolutely
wouldn't it?
beautiful.
Wouldn't it?
And that would just tumble over the edge there and have all of those beautiful flowers. That's a really good sized pot.
Isn't it lovely? So that's the Geranium Rozanne. You get 3 of those for under £20, and that is the Himalayan hydrangea, which is under £13 for club members. So yeah, it's a lovely pot. And what we really love about all of the YouGarden pots in general is that they are UV resistant.
Yeah.
They are frost proof. They've got great drainage.
I mean, they're not completely indestructible. I wouldn't, but do you know what? If this was a terracotta pot, I wouldn't do this with it because I would, risk smashing it. But this one's absolutely fine. Plus, it's got the extra reinforcement around the rim here, which is important because when it's filled with a plant and compost and you're picking it up, you don't want to tear the edges off. It just gives it that reinforcement and allows you to be able to pick it up and move it.
And it looks really attractive. You've got all of that look of a terracotta, but with none of the problems that terracotta actually brings. And also, in general, terracotta, and I have got a few little terracotta pots, but because they're porous, you know, especially in this hot summer we've had, they lose moisture very quickly, whereas these tend to hold on to the moisture that little bit better, but you've still got good drainage, so they're not waterlogged. So that's a Helix planter 130602. These are amazing value today.
Yeah, so you're actually going to get 5 of them. I'll put them all out here. And these are our pine cone planters, pack of 5. I mean, £30 saving, just under £17 if you're a club member. I love these. I've got a few of these. In fact, what have I got planted in here?
Bex, I'm just trying to do the maths.
Firepower planted in this one.
That's less than £3.50 each for club members.
Brilliant.
I mean, and I love. I always think these planters, the pine cone, they adapt to all sorts of gardens.
Yeah.
You know, they've got that ability to really fit in pretty much everywhere.
Absolutely.
Lovely kind of vintage finish to them, good size. So yeah, I mean, Martin, who's with us today, just said, oh, they could look quite modern. I agree, they could look quite contemporary, but equally they do work with more traditional plants as well. Oh yeah, this is coming up later. See, that is quite dramatic, look at that.
I'm putting an Agapanthus popping purple in that.
Yeah,
that looks
I like
amazing. Look
Doesn't
at that. Love that. And that's a pack of 3. You've still got 2 of these pots left over for something else afterwards, haven't you?
I'm just looking at a load. I mean, the Gerberas as well, Bex. If you want to do something really...
the bright colour of the Gerberas against it.
Just have a look at this.
So cool.
So you do get 5, remember, for
$16.96
for club members. But yeah, look at that, you see.
Yeah,
I like that.
That would look good.
Because that's really bright against the dark.
Yeah, and these are tough, they're sturdy, they're strong, exactly the same as previous with the frost-resistant UV stabilisation. That wonderful kind of pine cone, but the brushed gold design that you got on the edge there, that's what makes this quite beautiful and stand out, I think.
I was in the supermarket the other day and they had some pots, but they were just so boring.
Yeah.
Whereas ours always got a little bit of an edge to them. So don't forget, if you would like to order today, you've got free postage on everything as long as you use that special code available for lives, which is YGTV 3225.
That price is really good. I was just thinking, because we do work here, so we do actually get a little staff discount, but we've said this a lot on our YGTV shows. We rarely use the staff discount, do we? Because actually, this price, that one there, is so much better than our staff discount. And 100%, we can't get it lower than that. So you're getting a better deal.
Because we do play around with, because I say with codes and things like that, and generally speaking, the combination of using the offer code and your club discount, and obviously we're members of the club as well, that gives you the best deal. So $16.96 today. Right, we have got our best-selling item next, which is our premium professional compost. We've been selling this for years. It's many of you. You might have followed us around, you might have seen us on Ideal World when we used to work there, you'll see us on various platforms, but wherever we are, whether we're on YGTV, whether we're on TikTok, whether, you see us on various shopping channels, like obviously we are on QVC as well, it always is one of the best-selling products with the best reviews. It really, really is. And today we've got a slightly different deal for you because you're still getting 100 litres, but you're getting 2 40-litre bags and a 20, which I really like. The 20-litre bag is really handy. Yeah,
it's just a little easier to move around the garden. It's at the end of the day, it's still the 100 litres that you're getting, but it is at a better price for you. So $21.24 is your club discount price.
We normally do, for those of you that I knew, we normally do 2 50-litre bags.
Yeah.
But obviously 40, 40, 20, they're all a little bit lighter, a little bit more easy. But why is it our best-selling product of all time? Why has it had thousands and thousands of 5-star reviews? Well, because we haven't got much time, we're going to do this super fast.
I'll start.
And ladies first.
Right, so for me, it's all about this texture. This texture is absolutely amazing. Look how light and airy and fluffy it is. Even when I compact it into a ball, all I have to do is apply the smallest amount of pressure and look at how loose and airy it is. Now, this is important because roots can get in and they can grow. They can spread. They can form a really nice, strong root system. They can reach for their nutrients. They can reach for their water. And there is access to oxygen in here because it's not compact and thick and heavy. And all of these things make for stronger, healthier plants.
Now, you've then got different types of peat in here. Reduced quantities, but you've got light peats, you've got dark peats, you've got renewable peats such as sphagnum moss peats. And I'll just say quickly, although we love the idea of being peat-free, we do have peat-free compost. Do you know what the main thing I've heard this year about peat-free? it's just dried out so badly.
It's not very nutrient rich either.
No.
You have to add a lot of nutrients into it.
It's normally coir based, and coir is very low nutritionally. So we've still got peat in there, but we put in the minimum amount to give you the maximum results.
You've got a slow release fertiliser, little balls you'll find, the green, the tan, the orange. That's a slow release fertiliser. Going to feed your plants for up to 6 months in there as well.
And you've also got a wetting agent. Love this. It means that if the compost does dry out, it reabsorbs the water really, really quickly. The water doesn't just drip all over the side. So yeah, we use it. Here I am in my greenhouse. Bex, fingers crossed, is going to be getting a greenhouse soon.
I'm so excited.
You will love your greenhouse, Bex.
I love my greenhouse. So when you wonder where I am, that's where I'll be.
I love my greenhouse more than my home.
But we use this all over the place. And Sean's showing you in his greenhouse, in his pub garden right now. This is the garden he looks after. So using it in all of those places. But you can even use this for houseplants as well. It's pH balanced, so it's just in the right spot for this to be perfect for the majority of the things that you plant in your garden. Just looking around the potting shed right now, there is only one item that I can see that would not be happy in this compost, and that's because it's an ericaceous plant. It wants the acid soil. But pretty much 98% of the things that you're going to use the compost for in your garden, it's going to love it.
And do buy it today, stock up today, because we very rarely give you the 40-40-20 configuration. You know, we've only done that a couple of times in the last couple of years. So same price as the 2x50, but just a slightly easier and more user-friendly combination of sizes there as well. 20503. Now, we know we are getting quite a few new viewers today. Welcome to YouGarden TV. My name's Sean Ryan. This is the wonderful Bex Edwards. Martin's doing all the technical things today. He's doing amazingly. And the gremlins had nothing to do with him, by the way. They really didn't.
The gremlins were here already.
They were here when we arrived. But you've seen there are two prices on the screen. Now, the red price is always excellent, but the yellow price is even better. The yellow price is the club members price, and here are all the benefits and how you can join today. If you love your garden as much as we love ours, then why not join the YouGarden Discount Club?
The club has been running for many years, and it's where thousands of our customers enjoy a whole host of benefits to ensure that they get the most out of their gardens for less.
Now is a great time to join the YouGarden Discount Club, as the benefits have just got even better. So what do you get when you join the club?
Firstly, our members will get bigger discount rates all year round. So you'll now receive 15% off our range of plants and accessories, and that's on top of any other discounts you might have.
For those bigger investments, such as garden furniture or lawnmowers, for example, you now get 7.5% discount on all of our outdoor living and machinery range.
In addition to the ongoing discounts, you'll also get more voucher value when you join or renew your club membership. We will send you 4 £5 product vouchers, which you can redeem throughout the year against the cost of your orders.
And as a new added benefit, you will now receive 2 free P&P vouchers, which can be redeemed against the cost of your shipping.
Club members get priority access to exclusive offers and brand new products at our best prices.
We'll keep you up to date with fantastic advice and top tips from our grown experts and professional gardeners to make sure that you get the most from your new purchases and existing plants. The best way to join the club is with our auto-renewal subscription. You'll pay £10 per year, then at the end of the year, we will automatically renew your membership to ensure you retain all of your benefits. Plus, the price you pay when you join will never go up for as long as you remain a member. And that's a guarantee.
And remember, when you join the club, you will start saving from the very first order you make, as the discounts will be applied immediately. So with all that the YouGarden Discount Club has to offer, why not join us and start saving today?
We'd love to help you make the most of your garden for less with the YouGarden Discount Club. Yeah, it's such a great club to join, so I hope you join today, particularly all of the new viewers. Right, now we love it when you interact, we love it when you chat on YouTube and Facebook. We also love it when you send in your pictures, which you can do to be part of the live stream on YGTV at yougarden.com. Now, I had to do the technical things last week, Bex, because you weren't here.
How was that?
It was all right, actually.
Should I ask the people? How was it?
No, it was all right, wasn't it? I was here on Thursday with Adam. No, it was fine.
Good.
It was fine. I mean, I had to wear my glasses.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes.
You had to wear your glasses on screen.
Yes.
Yeah, I gave up a few months ago.
I was you know, you reach an age and there'll be some of you out there and you're in denial that you need those reading glasses. It's like, I don't really need them. I don't need them.
It's getting further and further away.
I don't need them. But anyway, so yeah, that was the only difference, Bex.
Good.
But I'm more than happy for you to be doing that today.
Right, Mauricia, is that hydrangea a lime green? It starts a kind of green colour and it goes to white. So it's part of the magical series and it transitions.
So there's definitely some green in there.
You definitely get some green and then you get some whiter shades coming from it.
It's really attractive.
It is, it's beautiful. We'll go on to your pictures in a minute. Ruth says, I've emailed some photos of my chiffon hibiscus plants. They look amazing, by the way.
Is this Ruth? Is it my Ruth?
I have
Ruth
the white
Dalton,
and the lilac. It just says Ruth, but yes, I think it is.
I think it's my Ruth.
I just need a pink one now. I've also emailed in my YGTV paniculata hydrangea. The blooms are huge. We can't wait to have a look at those. Will we be getting the foxtail lily sometime on the show in the future? Mauricia says, can't guarantee, but probably. Most things appear in YGTV at some point, but we don't put it together. But we might be able to ask for you, Mauricia, and see. Neil was asking when to plant the crocus bulbs. You can start planting from sort of mid-August onwards, basically. But if it's September, if it's October, that's absolutely fine as well. Just store them somewhere dark and cool.
Yeah, I normally say September onwards, personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, store them cool, dark, like a shed, a garage, even a kitchen cupboard. And I normally start planting mine. I mean, crocus are one of the first bulbs to flower, so September's fine.
The earlier the better.
Tulips, we both say sort of October onwards.
Yeah, I'd go November.
Yeah, but crocus, I'd still wait a few weeks, Neil, and do it in September. But you can buy them now and store them.
I just think because of the heat we're getting in
That's
August, maybe just hold off a little bit. Ruth says she uses her pots for everything. Yesterday's second biggest one came in handy for deadheading and weeding. I've replanted my paniculata hydrangea in the biggest one. Simon had visions of the crates collapsing. Yes, me too, Simon.
yeah, I did too.
Yes,
that's why I didn't have a go. You probably noticed.
Neil's just updated his card details to make sure that he only pays what he paid when he paid for the club membership, which is important. Don't let your card details run out, otherwise the price of your club membership could go. So keep your card details updated. Yeah,
that's for those of you on auto renewal, we should say.
Right, unfortunately, a few people disappeared. Let's just say hello to Olwyn, who's no longer here, but she says she's going to watch it back later. Hello, Olwyn.
Hello, Olwyn. On catch up.
Glad you're catching up on the show, my lovely. Right, I'm going to go into the emails quickly and have a little look in here. So, Penny, morning all. Busy week deadheading after my holiday. Pictures of hostas before and after. Oh, and Daisy, of course. So there's the hostas. I did mine the other day as well. They look amazing, but yeah, all the flowers starting to go over. They do kind of ruin the look of them, don't they, a little bit?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm not sharing.
My hostas have just come into flower, some of mine actually.
What?
Yeah.
Mine, they were flowering for ages and they've now gone, went over a few weeks ago. So there we go, those are so obviously this is the before picture of the gorgeous hostas. Looking amazing, by the way, very leafy and beautiful. But yes, the flowers are starting to go over. Let's have a look at the after, shall we? You have to come back to me, Martin. I can't scroll it. There we go. No, it's all right.
There you go.
And there's the after. And Daisy in the picture as well.
Now that is a lovely shady corner with
That's
the ferns.
Gorgeous. Looks so much better now you've taken those flowers off.
Yeah.
They look really nice when they're in bloom, but they look a bit tatty once they go over, don't they? Beautiful. Well done, Penny.
Thank you.
Dingo plants. Morning, gang. Not long before my gingers start blooming.
I was going to say not long before my gin. I was going to say, hang on.
And he says there's two varieties there.
So dingo. So these are the ginger lilies.
Yeah, it must be.
So I want to know, Dingo, did you buy them as a bare root, and did you plant them this year or was it last year? Because mine, I planted mine for the first time this year, and they're not as big as yours.
No, they're looking amazing.
Mine are about 30 centimetres.
There's two more pictures to look at, so let's have a look at those.
So Dingo, let me know, did you plant them this year or was it the previous year?
There we go. Oh, it's so beautiful. Look at all those grapes.
Wow.
Sorry, I know we're not supposed to be looking at those, but look at all those grapes. Beautiful.
I've still got ginger lily envy there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. Final picture from Dingo. There. Whoa. Look at that corner.
That is so impressive.
So impressive.
You always impress us, Dingo.
Well done,
you
Dingo.
You do.
Looking good, looking good. Right, Tony. Hello, Tony.
Morning, Tony.
He says, after your wisdom this morning, I have 4 minors Merlot. Can you tell me why 3 are looking fabulous and the other one is looking sick? I've attached a photo of the sick one and the healthy ones that is next to it. Let's have a little look. Oh. Oh, I see what you mean.
Just zoom in.
That's the sick-looking one.
Ooh.
And then obviously it's got the healthy ones next to it. That's bizarre, Tony. Obviously you've been looking after them the same way and one of them's looking amazing. Maybe something has got into the pot.
Yeah, but are the others in...
Yeah, they'll be in containers.
Oh, they are all in containers,
You can't see it,
they?
but it will be in a container because that bit's all filled with containers in Tony's garden. I wonder if something's got into the pot. Like, I had a problem with ants getting into the pots of my acers, and because of the tunnels they make, they can create air pockets, and then water sits right down at the roots.
I was going to say, I'd be tempted to gently take that out the pot and see what's happening.
I would. I'd have a look inside and see if there's something going on inside the pot.
Because, I mean, they're just such, generally
They're
speaking...
resilient.
Yeah.
They don't get diseases. They don't... But if something's got into the pot, like ants or something.
Or, I mean, it could have been, I don't know how, but it could have got waterlogged as well. They do, you know, but again, they're normally pretty good, although they don't like being waterlogged, but they're very drought tolerant, so I don't think you've underwatered it.
Have a look.
Yeah, have a
Get
look.
it out of the pot
And can we just say, Tony, they are backed by our lifetime guarantee.
Yeah, they will
So if that one has died, then get in touch with our customer services. We will replace it. All you pay is the postage. But any plant, if it ever dies on you and it's got the lifetime guarantee, and any plant basically that's winter hardened, there's a snowflake symbol on the website, we would replace it for free. So please bear that in mind.
Also remember how I almost killed one of mine by moving it and how it bounced back.
I remember that, yes.
So it's not 100% a lost cause yet. If you have a look
not.
inside the pot and then put it, you know, repot it, and I know it's not the ideal time to do it, but I would give it a go. You might be able to nurse that back to health.
Yeah.
Ruth.
Hello, Ruth. Good morning.
I thought you'd like to see my white chiffon and lilac chiffon. We do. I've seen the pictures. We definitely do. The white one is in a better position, but clearing fallen flowers is a daily job. Yeah, it's true. I also saw a fab YouTube video about propagating roses from old cut ones from the supermarket, so I thought I'd give it a go. Love, Ruth. So this is exactly what I was talking about earlier when I said you're looking around at the hibiscus at the moment, and aren't they looking amazing?
Yeah, I managed to see this the other day, and it's just amazing, isn't it?
Gorgeous.
So beautiful.
Absolutely stunning. Even the, I know you said the white one's in a better position. That one's still looking fantastic.
It really is. And good with the roses. My Auntie Jenny, she propagates all of her roses.
Excuse me. There you go. So those are the roses that she's starting to propagate. So
Great.
Love it.
So my Auntie Jenny, who's 80, she's done that with her roses, and she's done amazingly well. So I was just so impressed that she's 80, started propagating roses, and she's been very successful. Thank you, Ruth.
All right, Dingo says the ginger lilies were bought as bare root plants. The large ones are 3 years old. The smaller ones were this year.
Right, great. So that makes me feel slightly better, Dingo. I was worried my green fingers were no longer green. So, yeah, mine are about that tall from this year. I wonder if mine will flower this year.
Can we just do one more from Tony, which is the last one that's come in so far?
Morning, Tony.
Anyway. And this is his Rudbeckia. I should have taken a picture of my Rudbeckia because it is looking so much better in year 3. Like, it's so many more flowers. And look at Tony's. Look how many flowers he's got there. The beautiful Eureka on there. He's got the bowls mauve in the background. That's a stunning picture. Love that.
Didn't that work well, the purple, the yellow and the white?
So good.
Yeah, really nice.
Brilliant combination.
So thank you for all of that interaction. We really appreciate it. And there's still time to join the group chat on YouTube, Facebook, and to email us some more pictures, ygtv@yougarden.com. Right, Charlie Boy is coming up next, and here he is. He is a absolute beautiful Cordyline. Funny enough, I won't give the name of it, but I was in the supermarket yesterday, and they had some Cordylines.
Boring.
I was looking like... They were so boring. I mean, they were just like, there was the one that had like brown leaves and one that had solid green. Right. I'm being cruel, but they were very, think of a nice word.
Pedestrian.
Yeah, that'll do. They were just a bit underwhelming.
There you go.
They were a filler, you know? Charlie Boy is an absolutely breathtaking Cordyline that is vibrant, that is, you know, exotic looking. That I always think the pinks in it, they almost look like they're glowing.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely do. So once you get in and you have a look at the actual leaves in there, there's stripes running through them. You've got edges of pink, you've got stripes of black in there, but the overall look that it creates really is quite stunning. So with Cordylines, I always say what you get is two amazing areas of contrast. One, from the shape of the foliage. Lovely, long, sword-shaped leaves. And then number two, particularly with Charlie Boy, you've got the contrast of the foliage, that burgundy, you know, overall look that it gives against the greens, which, let's face it, 98% of our garden is green. It really does provide that wonderful contrast. These are shots on the nursery. I was out with Stu when he shot these on that lovely sunny day.
And we sell, I think we've got about 40, 50 different varieties of Cordylines throughout the year. But Charlie Boy, he is outstanding. He is absolutely stunning. He's vibrant, he's exotic looking, but easy to grow. We always say nice sunny position. You can get in pots, containers, beds, borders. Hardest about, what, -5?
Yeah, about -5, -6. I mean, to be honest, I haven't got Charlie Boy in the garden, but I've grown Cordylines for many years, and they're all sort of hardy to somewhere between -6, -8. I've never really had to do too much to them. I container grow, you know, you can move them closer to the house. If you need to do anything, all you're going to do is on those really sort of horrible, wet, frosty, cold days is just tie them up like this. Not for the entire winter, just for those days that are needed, and then release as and when you need to as well.
And eventually they do form like a long, tall trunk, so they become like a palm shape. So they can go to a couple of meters over, you know, quite a number of years. But for me, they work so well in so many different situations. They look great by themselves in pots with a bit of gravel around them. They look great in foliage areas of your garden. But that is a really special one.
Special.
Yeah. You're special, Charlie. £10 and 19 pence. But also, just as stunning is the Cordyline Torbay Dazzler, which has got beautiful creams and greens, but there is a bit of pink in here as well.
Yeah, there's like a central stripe that's it's like a salmon pink colour down the centre of the leaf there. They're quite big, actually, the Torbay Dazzlers.
Yeah, they are a bit bigger than Charlie, aren't they?
They're a little bit bigger than Charlie Boy, but still going to grow to sort of 2.5 metres in height, forming that wonderful palm shape that Sean was talking about. This is definitely a beautiful one. I love them planted in urn planters personally. I don't know, there's something about it that really talks to me. And as they get a little bit taller and you remove those lower leaves, of course you can then underplant right up to the base of these to make the most of the space in your garden.
So again, that is only £10.19 for club members. And I mean, not being funny, the supermarket that I went into had quite boring looking Cordylines for a very, very similar price. So these are a little bit more unusual, a little bit more exotic looking. And don't forget, we will give you free delivery as long as you use that offer code YGTV 3225. So if you are new to the live stream, it's very important that you do use that offer code YGTV 3225 680236. But we've still got loads to show you and some amazing deals to come. And we're going to show you next something really quite unusual. We've actually got, do you know that? I was just thinking, we've actually got quite a lot of unusual things, haven't we? Yeah.
It's so exciting when you look at our plant range, honestly. So good.
But this is the Pineberry coming up next, which you may have seen on, I've seen it on sort of like chef programmes.
Yeah.
You know, when the celebrity chefs are cooking and they're garnishing desserts, the Pineberry is often used then because it is such a beautiful looking fruit. It's a white strawberry, but it's got a bit of a...
It's got a lovely flavour.
Yeah,
it tastes like a strawberry, but it's got a hint of tropical because it's supposed to have this like pineapple-y flavour, hence the name Pineberry. Yeah. I didn't quite get personally, but it was delicious, juicy, gorgeous strawberry, just white. And the added benefit with these is birds don't tend to go for them.
No.
They don't look ripe. They don't look ripe. So the birds, you know, because the birds and things eating your strawberries can be a bit of a problem, can't they? You've got to net them, you've got to look after them so you can get them before the birds do.
Birds are they are clever because they only generally eat fruit the moment it's ripe.
The moment it's ripe, yeah. I've had it with the blueberries. They've left them Left them alone, and then all of a sudden,
like
once they start, that's it. I
And-
went
and-
out and I was like, hang on.
They can literally disappear overnight, can't they? So they tend to leave these alone as well. You can actually buy Pineberries as a fruit now, but only in the really high-end supermarkets. There's some of the specialist ones in London are stocking them, but you can very easily grow your own. Now, the price we're doing today is saving £21. You're going to get these for £8.97. If you're club member, £7.62 with free delivery. Now, I'll be honest, you are probably not going to get Pineberries this year now.
No, but get them established, and that will mean that rather than buying them next year, because we'll have them back next year, but by planting them now, you can get them established and your crops will be bigger next year. If you buy the ones next year, you've got a younger plant, which will give you fruits in the first year, but as we know with strawberry plants, they get better in years sort of 2 and 3.
Yeah, they're the peak ones, aren't they?
They're the peak years.
So put them in, well, pots. You can put them in your borders.
Yep.
Just make sure they're in a nice sunny position. They do die down in the winter. They do die down quite a bit in the winter. But as Bexa said, they'll come back bigger and stronger next year.
They're so hardy as well. You really don't need to worry about them. I just let them die back naturally on their own. There's normally a little mess of leaves left on the top, but I leave them there. And then once we get into the slightly warmer time next year, normally, mid-April, actually probably early April, I'll start just tidying up those leaves. And it's amazing how quick they grow.
It is. You'll still have that lovely like central crown there, and before you know it, they'll be back in leaf and flowering and then producing these stunning Pineberries. So we are just giving you an amazing deal today. £21 is your saving, 320153. Now we're going to move on to the Miner's Merlot collection, and I mean, look at these.
Stunning plants.
Yeah, and the size of these
Absolutely
right now is really good. In fact, because you get 3 9cm pots. I'm just going to do something.
He's going to do something.
I'll
tell you about the plant. Right, these are tough, resilient, hardy, really simple and easy to look after. Can absolutely cope with drought. Okay, so I'm going to tell a little secret. I had 3 9cm pots of these, intended to plant them in my garden. Never quite got round to it. And I took them to my mum's yesterday and went, here, have some plants. I had completely neglected them. They're in the 9cm pots, barely watered them. I mean, any other plant, they would be well gone, well dead, but they are fine.
Yeah.
They are cracking, and they're going to find a lovely home in my mum's garden now. Beautiful foliage colour that you get from these, and it's ever changing as well. Early on in the year, it's this wonderful dark, almost black coloured foliage, but then, look, this beautiful burgundy colour. The flowers come out nice and early. I mean, mine were out probably March this year. The flowers started to appear, and they last right the way through summer into September and October time. Lovely, frothy, lime green, yellow. Contrast is amazing, but the foliage changes colour. So it starts off this dark colour, and then at the moment, mine has got lovely sort of olive green, dark green, orangey tones to it as well. It's an amazing plant.
Now, what I was going to show. Plants are graded by pot size often, and what nurseries do. And I actually worked. My first job was working in a garden centre when I was a student, and these are so big now. Really, they need potting on. And what a nursery would do, they'd take that out. Look at the roots. I mean,
Whoa.
I mean, they're so strong.
That's rooty.
So that would then be potted on in a 2 or 3 litre pot.
Yeah, it doesn't look out of place at all.
It doesn't, does it? It really doesn't.
So a couple of weeks of growing that on to get the roots in.
And then you'd probably be paying that kind of price for one. But, because obviously it's a lot more expensive to transport when it's in that sort of pot. So all I'm saying is you're getting really big plants, but you're saving loads of money because they're still in 9cm pots. And I've got loads of euphorbias, love them. They are one of the most resilient plants you can grow. They look great all year round. They're fully winter hardy. They are, as Bex was saying, very drought tolerant when established as well.
So drought tolerant.
The only thing I would say with euphorbias, they won't need a lot of pruning because this one only goes to about 60 by 60 centimetres. But if you ever do prune them back and just trim them, they do release a white sap that can irritate the skin. So just wear gloves if you're doing that. I always say that. I mean, just to be sure. There are many plants that you've got to be a bit careful with. But apart from that, absolutely superb.
Yeah, brilliant plant.
Yeah, they
absolutely
really are.
love it.
And it's I think out of all the euphorbias we do, that is one of the most striking again, isn't it?
And it's very hardy, you know, down to sort of -15, and plus there is a whole range of euphorbias, so it's really good to plant them in groups.
Yeah, I agree.
And in the different varieties, because you get the contrast.
And really good if you know, I live in the country, so my garden's quite exposed, but they do really quite well in coastal gardens and more exposed gardens as well. So, if you like them, 511-386, and the price there is just $15.27 for club members. Now we're going to move on to a rather stunning Agapanthus now, popping purple. Isn't this beautiful?
I love it.
I mean, look at it.
I love it. Purple flowers, love them. Really enjoy purple flowers.
Apparently purple is very on trend in gardening at the moment.
Yeah. We saw it a lot at Chelsea.
I know.
Do you remember? There was loads.
Yeah. I'm glad, because my garden's mostly purple this year, but it was by accident rather than choice.
Love it, honestly. And this one's a really awesome variety as well. It's a reblooming variety. So you'll get flowers, you know, most varieties of Agapanthus, you'll get flowers for a couple of months. But actually, because this one will continue to bloom, you can get even more months worth of flower out of it. So normally coming into bloom around June, but carrying on through to September for you. Nice dark purple buds, and you can see that on this one here. Look, you see those lovely dark purple buds that haven't quite opened yet. And then opening up into the gorgeous purple flower. It's a firework explosion of flowers, which I absolutely love.
Yeah.
And of course, pollinators love this plant.
But you know, the fact that this flowers for twice as long as other varieties out there, you know, because I love Agapanthus, but yeah, if you only get flowers for 6 to 8 weeks, it's not a huge amount. But these, 4 months of flowering, repeat flowering, I think it makes it such a brilliant option.
And
to
gorgeous,
get.
healthy plants here. I mean, I've just picked up one, and there's 3 flower stems coming off that one. If I pick up this one, there's 3, plus there's a couple of little ones down the bottom
ones
there.
Coming.
That one, there's one big flower stem, and there's still another flower coming here as well. So there's still lots of flowering ability on these, but of course, remember, it's a perennial plant, so it's gonna get bigger. It'll grow to, it doesn't get much taller than this, about 60 centimetres height, but it will spread by about 40 to 50 centimetres. So imagine once each one of those is at full size, how many flower spikes you're going to get off them.
And they make great cut flowers. You know, when they get big,
A cut flower display.
Oh.
Nice.
Do you know, I saw in my supermarket. I sound like I've been shopping a lot, but I've been to the supermarket a few times in the last few days. But they had a bunch of Agapanthus. I said a bunch, I think it was 5 stems, but it was like 25 quid.
Yeah.
That's
£5 a stem, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they looked amazing, but, you know, these will grow into big clumps and you'll be able to pick your own should you wish to. So, if you like them, $24.97. Loves a sunny spot. We always say with Agapanthus, do not give them too much room, because Bex gave hers so much room they didn't flower for quite a few years, but they are flowering this year.
They're flowering this year.
I haven't seen evidence of that yet, Bex.
Oh, I've got a picture somewhere.
I believe you.
I'm going to find it.
I believe
no, it's not
you.
on that phone.
I believe you.
I'll show you.
Yes. But keep them in really quite small pots, and they will really flower profusely for up to 4 months of the year. 569.63. Right, something else that flowers all summer long are our hardy gerberas. You get 3 of these for just $11.99. I think these are amazing value.
Yeah,
and
stunning.
They are the happiest plants to have in your garden.
Love them.
They are. They're like
bright, bold, beautiful, easy. They are hardy. They'll cope with down to sort of -7, -8 temperatures. So if you're worried, stick a good layer of mulch on them. They disappear underground in winter, and then just put some mulch over the top of them. That will ensure their success. The great thing with these plants is once they get established, each one of them can produce up to about 50 flower stems throughout its flowering season that year.
And the flowers do last a long time.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. And they start flowering early. So normally from sort of April, May, these can be in bloom, and they will keep going right the way through to the end of summer. And 50 flowers per plant once it gets established.
Wow.
There's 3 plants there. You're talking about 150 flowers potentially.
And I love the fact that gerberas, I see the flowers as being really neat, like this, you know. They all tend to face in the same direction. They don't misbehave. They've got lovely, beautiful kind of, they're simple, but very effective. And I love the foliage as well. The foliage on the hardy gerberas is quite dense, it's quite big, it's quite lush. All they need is full sun. They really want full sun. They don't want to get waterlogged in the winter, you know, they like nice free draining soil. They are ideal in pots, but they are hardy to -7, -8. So just stunning. And you might be thinking, hang on, Gerbera's, is it a house plant? No, not anymore. These have been bred in the last several years to be absolutely superb for UK gardens in the winter. They will survive the winter hardest, about -7, -8. Love those. And working out for club members, less than £3.50 a plant. Delivered free when you use that offer code YGTV3225. Right, we were saying earlier we've got quite a few little unusual plants for you, and the pineapple guava is coming up next. I always think this is fascinating, this one. Don't you?
You what, sorry?
I think it's fascinating.
Oh, 100%, yeah. Well, the thing I really, well, there's several things, but for me, it's those gorgeous flowers, and I saw them for the first time in real life this year, and they really are stunning,
They're weird, aren't they? Weird and wonderful.
Really, they're not massive, but you do get a good few of them, and they do look very, very tropical. They look like they're going to be hard work and difficult to look after, but it isn't a difficult plant. It's half hardy, so it can cope with a little bit of minus once it gets established. It can go down to about -5. So most areas of the country are going to be absolutely fine. No worries with this one. You can, of course, container grow it and move the pot to give it any extra winter protection, but it can get big as well. Look at those flowers.
I know.
It can get big as well if you want it to, if you allow it to.
And I know I often tell this story if you're regular, but I grew this in my last garden, and I planted it. I had like a raised bed on the corner, planted it. And do you know, for quite a few years, I just enjoyed the foliage because the foliage was evergreen and the foliage was lovely. And then one morning, I think it was the end of May, early June time, I was walking around the garden like you do, first thing, cup of coffee, PJs on, and I suddenly spotted some flowers on it. And they were breathtaking because they remind me a bit of a callistemon because it's like lots of stamens, but then you've got these lovely petals, these 4 petals around the edge. And some years it did produce fruit as well, and that's the other thing. The fruit, I always call it like a shaved kiwi because it looks like a smooth kiwi, similar sort of shape. But yeah, I mean, on a summer like this, when you get a really long, hot summer, it could produce fruit as well. And the fruit tastes delicious. It's like it's got lovely like white flesh to it. Most people just scoop it out of the skin.
Yeah. It's supposed to be delicious.
It is.
You've got evergreen foliage, you've got amazingly decorative but wildlife-friendly, tropical-looking flowers, and you've got the potential of being able to grow some delicious fruits on there as well. There's a lot to talk about with that plant.
Just put it in a sun trap. It really wants to be in a
nice sunny spot.
Yeah, if you've got a wall, south-facing, just plant in front of a wall, something like that. But yeah, it's got. That's what we say. It's fascinating. And also, we need to give you the details of this one. Sorry, I've got to give you the details. So the Gerbera are 561146. The Acacellariana, the pineapple guava, as we know, is $17.99 and $15.29. Do you know what? Even if you took the fruit and the flowers away, though, it's a lovely foliage plant.
Definitely, and it can reach sort of 6 feet in height, and it can spread by probably about 2 or 3 feet. I would say maybe 2 feet, 60 centimetres.
No, mine got bigger.
Would it go a bit wider than that as well?
Yeah, mine did.
So if you wanted multiples of them and create kind of a hedge border, you could do that, couldn't you?
I mean, I reckon mine got to about 1.50 m widthwise.
No way.
It did, honestly.
Amazing.
Yeah,
okay, so you really if you're planting this in the ground and letting it get to its full size, you can 100% create a hedge border, particularly if you live in the milder areas of the country as well. Brilliant plant, love it.
680146. Now, we are sort of like a bit short of time today because we had to start late due to some technical reasons, but we are live till 12. But of course, you can join us this afternoon on TikTok as well. So if you haven't got TikTok, Bex and I will be together on TikTok this afternoon from 1 o'clock until 4 o'clock. Right, good morning there. Yes, welcome to IGTV. And what amazing plans as ever we've got today at absolutely fantastic prices. Still got a few things to show you. We have got some bulbs. A lot of you been asking about bulbs. We've got bulbs on the way. And you can start planting your spring bulbs from around about September onwards as well. And as ever, don't forget, if you would like to be part of the show, you can chat on Facebook, you can chat on YouTube, and of course, you can send in your pictures, ygtv@yougarden.com. Right, I'm going to quickly whiz through the favourites. Right, just quickly, I will mention the rose of the week because it is the Well, it's the rose of the week. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? Called the rose of the week, and it is the rose of the week. But it's a really lovely one because it is a carpet rose. So this grows about 80 centimetres by, I'm going to say about 1.20 meters. So it's a bit more wide than tall, and it covers the ground. So it's brilliant if you want, say, to cover raised beds, if you want to suppress the weeds. Flowers all summer long, got this beautiful, like a bright crimson pink flower, stunning foliage, and it is only $16.99 for this week only. Club members, you will grab that at $14.44. Easy to grow, just like full sunshine, well-drained soil, do get a good feed, but yeah, it's a beautiful one. And what I would do in sort of February time, I'd just prune the top back. You know, you don't have to be too precious with the one. It's got lots of kind of like quite dense growth to it, but I'd just give it a chop back in late February. Now, the next one is Geranium Rozanne, an absolute winning plant. Planted Centennial at Chelsea 2013. I mean, that is the biggest award that you could ever imagine getting at Chelsea. And this is a plant that doesn't mind sun, part shade. It is drought tolerant when established. Flowers for about 6 months of the year. It's disease resistant. It's pretty much bulletproof, that one. So, yeah, when you win an award at Chelsea, quite often it's based on not just aesthetics, but there are many, many parts to winning an award, and I think this just ticks every single box. 480 120 for the hardy Geranium Rozanne there. Then we have got a fern collection. Now, many of you will know ferns are brilliant at dealing with those shady spots. You know, ferns can survive in the deepest of shade, but these ones, you get 3 different varieties. They are totally evergreen as well as being winter hardy, so you've got that lovely foliage all year round. So great for underplanting. So if you've got shrubs, trees, whatever, they're brilliant for underplanting. They help suppress weeds. Again, they're extremely disease resistant as well, and that's 560-213. Then we've got the Hydrangea Magical Matterhorn. Now, this is a colour changing hydrangea. Our magical series always change colour. This one starts off kind of like you get like limes, like lime green flowers, but then as they age, you get these creams, you get the whites in there as well. Quite compact, this one, so great for smaller gardens. Got a flower all summer long, and the saving today is a massive £20. They just need moist soil. They don't like to drought, and I would say morning sun or afternoon sun or both, but try to avoid full midday sun because that could dry them out quickly. And then finally, on the favourites today, we have got the Ceanothus California repens, often known as California lilac, because these actually do come from California, and a stunning evergreen plant. The Matterhorn, don't forget, is 511551, which is only $14.99. The one next to it is the Ceanothus repens pyramid. Grows about 1.50 meters by 4 meters or so width-wise. Full sun is ideal, totally evergreen. Pollinators love it. It flowers in sort of May time, and the bees, the butterflies will find it an absolute joy. Sometimes you do get some extra flowers throughout the summer months, but I can honestly, I think every single garden should have that, because you've got evergreen foliage, you've got stunning flowers, and very, very winter hardy as well. 5-1-153. Right, we are gonna just nip back to our lovely Becks, because now we have got a great selection of bulbs for you. And it is, I mean, you do sometimes forget, don't you, that we're already in August. And then when we start to get into September, we start to think about planting our spring flowering bulbs.
Yes, we do.
And we've got some lovely, quite unusual bulbs to show you. Really unusual selection, actually. But we've also got at the end there an absolute classic with the Salvia as well. Right. Should we start here?
Are we starting at this end? The Ceanothus?
I think we should. We're here.
Should we start with that one?
Yes. Saves a few little steps over there. Now, I am fascinated by this one. It's a little cutie.
I think they're gorgeous. They're also known as Glory of the Snow, and that's because of their sort of early flowering ability. These could be flowering sort of February, March time and going into April, which is what makes them really beautiful to plant in the garden. So one of the earliest flowering of the spring bulbs. So I think you'd have had your snowdrops coming up. You probably, I mean, these and the crocus are probably going to come up at a similar time, aren't they? These are going to be coming up. So a really beautiful one to add to that sort of spring and late winter, early spring flowering collection.
I mean, I'm just amazed. It's not one that you see as much as crocus and snowdrops, and yet it's just beautiful, isn't it?
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's actually award-winning. It's got the RHS Award of Garden Merit, this one. So it's a really beautiful one and garden-worthy. Plus, it can actually cope in a slightly more shady spot.
Yeah, I'm going to say great for under trees as well.
Totally. So sunny spots, no problem. Shadier spots, not a problem at all. Winter hardy, obviously. I mean, you'd think so if it's got a nickname of Glory of the Snow, wouldn't you? Yeah, it can cope.
You'd hope, wouldn't you?
You can cope with frost. Excellent planted in large groups. These don't get massive. We're talking maybe 10, 15 centimetres height, and each one needs, sort of maybe 10 centimetres spread here. So make sure that you plant these in groups together. So 60 bulbs, and oh God, it's been ages since we talked about bulbs, but it's all coming back to me. They are not massive at all. These are small bulbs, so it's going to be really easy to plant 60 of them. Please don't think this is going to take time. You're going to take maybe a group of, I don't know, 12, 15 of these in one planting hole, basically. So you're going to be able to plant them out very, very quickly.
I mean, I remember when I planted these in pots before, and I've literally used my thumb to make little holes and pop them in.
Yeah, finger dibber.
But I did want to grow them in little pots for the outdoor tables at the pub garden, and they looked lovely.
Yeah,
they really
did actually.
Really sweet. Lovely blues and whites. But say, compact, only going to grow sort of like 10 centimetres or so, but works at 6p a bulb.
It's crazy.
It does work out 6p a bulb, doesn't it? It does, yeah. Hang on, does it?
I don't know.
No, hang on.
I don't do maths, sure.
No, it's not 6p a bulb.
Get my calculator
No, forget that. I don't know where that maths came from. It's about 13p a bulb.
£8.49 divided by 60.
That's just slightly under that, isn't it? Yeah.
14p a bulb.
That's
just 14.1.
Yeah, that's
anyway.
not bad, is it? It's amazing. Brand new for this season. You can start planting those. I'm going to say about September time.
Yeah, I mean, look, get them now. This is the thing, because some people will be like, it's a bit early, and I get that. We're not saying plant them right now, but we are saying get hold of the bulbs now, because it happens every single year, and you think there's loads of time, and there is right now a little bit of time. But the thing is, some of our popular bulbs, they sell out,
they do.
and we cannot always get them back in, which is why we bring them. Get hold of them early, store them somewhere dark and cool. A kitchen cupboard would be fine, or in the garage somewhere. Just store them there, and then from September you can start planting your bulbs.
But they are lovely, and so they work really well with the crocus. They love a shady spot as well, and they're really pretty. They're really pretty, and they do naturalise. So every year you're going to get a big carpet of these lovely kind of blue and white star-shaped flowers. Now, we're going to move on to anemones next, which can start flowering sort of like March onwards. I was thinking anemones quite unusual because they will keep flowering.
Yes.
So I know my mum's grown anemones for years, and sometimes you can get several months of flowers.
Yeah, I mean, again, quite early flowering, potentially from sort of February, March time, but going through to about May.
Yeah.
So actually a really good one. And also they've got this wonderful look of poppy about them as well, which we really, really like here. And you're getting the mixture, you're getting all the different colours included in there. So lovely poppy-like velvety flowers. These are going to naturalise in your garden as well. Great planted en masse again, so you're getting 75 bulbs in here. Somewhere sheltered would be ideal, but definitely a sunny spot for these ones.
And again, I mean, the value, £8.49 for 75. They do look the funniest things, by the way, anemones. If you've never planted them before, they're like little bits of coal almost.
Yeah, they've got one funny little...
They're really weird.
I always call them rabbit. I'm not going to.
They do like,
bush.
Yeah,
they look like rabbit droppings.
They do, but I mean, I won't open the bag, but you'll see they are the weirdest little things, but they become the most beautiful plants. They are. I know when I've planted before, I'm like, how could this become a gorgeous anemone?
But it does.
But they do.
Well, we love planting bulbs, don't we? Because it's such a transition, isn't it? It's not like planting a 9-centimetre pot where you can sort of see what the plant is going to turn into. Planting a bulb is just such a journey. It goes underground, and then you don't think about it for a few months, and then all of a sudden you start seeing all this green growth popping up out the ground. It's exciting.
And you often forget what you've planted. It's like, oh yes, I remember plenty of those anemones. But they are starting to get lovely kind of almost like fern-like foliage with those as well, and they come back every single year.
Just over 11 pence a bulb on that.
Well done, Bex.
I worked that out really carefully in my head.
And you can buy, I mean, you know, in springtime you can buy anemones in pots, in bud and flower, but you could be paying, I'm going to say you could pay close to $8.49 for one anemone in a pot in flower. You're going to get 75 from those bulbs. Right, going to move on now to, oh my word, the most stunning alliums. Now, I have got a few of these in my garden, but I inherited them.
Yeah, well, I planted these, actually. I planted them last year and the year before. They were previously called Nectaroscordum. I don't know if you had them previously. The name's changed. Blah, blah. It's the same
Names
plant.
do change with plants for some reason, don't they? Yeah.
It's the Bulgaricum now, but it's
It did change.
I did read about it. It was something to do... I can't remember, but basically it's the same plant. We don't care, blah, blah. I do think these are a gorgeous variety of allium, though. Something a little bit different. You know, I think when people think about alliums, they think of those wonderful balls of blooms, and they are amazing, architectural, gorgeous. These are a little bit different. You get these wonderful sort of dangling flowers, and you can have loads of them, actually, on the one stem. Nice, strong, sturdy stems you get from them. Lovely, nodding, bell-shaped flowers. They've got nectar-rich blooms, which pollinators absolutely adore. Really easy one. Once you've planted them, you don't need to pay too much attention at all.
And I love the colour. It's like almost like a magenta with a little bit of soft yellow in there. They are absolutely beautiful. And it's a nice twist on the allium, say, because of that gently nodding nature to the flowers.
I like the idea. I think we say on the website about this how they're great for sort of wild planting schemes, but if you were to plant them amidst grasses, these would look really cool, and when I read that, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to do that. That would look really awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah, next to some evergreen grasses.
Eventually, they can get to somewhere between 60 and 90 centimetres in height, so bear that in mind with whichever grasses it is that you're planting them with. But those just rising up out the top of some grasses would look awesome. Ooh.
Do you know, the weird thing is we recommend sun for these, but because I inherited mine in my garden, mine are actually in quite a shady-ish area. Not full shade, but they actually do really well.
I've got some in a part shade area, and they
do
work fine.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a very unusual allium. You get 15 bulbs, really striking, really beautiful. 600,447. Right.
Your mum's favourite.
Yeah. My mum loves these. Bless her. My mum's memory is still really quite good for 84, but she does forget names now of plants. I can't remember what she called it something really funny the other day. But yeah, it's something my mum has had in her garden for years. And I always think, and we'll just give the details for these if you come out, it's the ranunculus mix. These to me are the flowers like a cross between a peony and a rose.
Yes.
And stunning colours. Right, these are even weirder as bulbs. They're like little claws.
Oh, this is open.
Yeah, go on, show it. It's like this. Honestly, wait till you see these.
Oh, I've dropped one.
I want to show you because you might be a bit shocked when you open up the packet. Look at them.
Yeah, I think...
They're like they're out of an Alien film.
Oh. They're like cloves, Martin. Yes, that's a good description. They are like cloves, aren't they?
Yeah. They're quite weird, aren't they, though?
They're beautiful, though. I mean, that...
Yes!
...turns into that.
I know.
This beautiful flower. And I think that is an incredible thing. Long-lasting, straight stems you get from those flowers. Ideal for cutting, ideal for bringing indoors, great for making bouquets out of. Really easy to grow, just needs a little bit of watering, full sun, rich, well-drained soil. And they're going to be so simple. Top tip, and Adam always says this as well, but he does it about every single bulb. He says soak all of your bulbs before planting them.
Yeah, I know he does, yeah.
Which I think is amazing. Definitely with these ones, though. Soak them for, a few hours before you plant them.
I always think, particularly with smaller bulbs, because small bulbs do dehydrate a lot easier than big bulbs. But yeah, Adam, you know Adam, because Adam does a lot of the shows with us. Yeah, he always says that with his
He does it with every bulb.
Yeah,
it's not something I'd ever done before.
No, I do.
So, some, like ranunculus, yes, but not every single bulb. But he says it works amazingly. So maybe start listening to our award-winning gardener.
But just don't soak them for days and days, because they would go rotten. Yes, but that's just amazing value, and so they're going to start flying springtime into early summer. 600, 467. Right, that's it for our bulbs. There are more available on our website,
and there'll be lots more coming into the potting shed because we're getting close to bulb season.
We are.
Exciting times.
But we're going to just give you a little presentation on our Salvia. I honestly have, the last few years, I have fallen in love with Salvia. And it's taken me a while.
A beautiful plant.
I never used to grow it. It's only the last few years, and now I absolutely love it. I've put more and more in, because it's such, again, it's one of those really hard-working plants.
So hard-working, it's so easy. I mean, you can plant it and you can leave it and you can ignore it.
Yeah.
And it's still going to give you beauty for ages. They flower for
6
months.
6 months,
Gonna say and they hold on to their flowers after a lot of your summer flowers have faded.
So mine started flowering in May, and last year they flowered right up to mid-November. Then we got a frost, and that was it.
Yeah.
So long flowering periods. The flowers are not massive, but you get thousands and thousands of them.
So many of those beautiful flowers that appear on there.
Look at them.
They're stunning, honestly. And the foliage smells beautiful. I absolutely adore the fragrance of Salvia.
I do.
As you brush past it, it just wafts up, and it's a really beautiful fragrance. Hardy, completely hardy, no worries about that. Semi-evergreen, so it depends where you plant them. I think in more exposed areas it will drop all of its leaves. In slightly more sheltered areas it actually might hold on to some of its leaves.
I mean, mine varies year to year depending on what the winter's been like, but as Beck says, they come back year after year. Full sun is ideal. They always flower new growth. I mean, I've hacked mine right back in springtime, but it's grown back beautifully and flowered all summer long. So they are really, really hard-working, reliable, fragrant, beautiful flowers for 6 months of the year. They're so pretty, aren't they?
Such pretty
plants.
Amazing. Absolutely gorgeous plants. And nice and simple, as we say. You're getting all three of those. It's $12.72 for a hard-working perennial plant that's going to give you flowers for a good 6 months of the year that you're pretty much going to have to do nothing to.
And I know I say this often, but when you've got maybe a smaller garden, does it make sense to have flowers that are long-lived? You know, flowers.
Definitely.
Plants that will produce flowers for 6 months of the year. You know, my peonies this year, I had two weeks of joy, and then they all went over. Now I still love peonies. I'm still going to grow peonies, but you imagine buying these plants and knowing that they are going to fill those gaps in your garden and provide 6 months of glorious, glorious colour. With very little work, no deadheading needed on this one, very little pruning, winter hardy, absolutely amazing plants. One of my total favourites now. Right, I know we are a little bit short of time today. Oh, it's been a very quick show, hasn't it?
It has, sorry.
We are back. We've got about 10 minutes left, but Bex and I are going to be with you on TikTok from...
Yeah, which is going to be hilarious because I'm going to be operating the camera. So if you want a laugh, come and join us for that. It's going to be fun.
I'm actually looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
But you'll be chipping in. You'll be
heckling.
From
I'll be heckling,
yes.
Absolutely. But if you want to see some really poor camera work, come and see us on TikTok this afternoon. And then we'll be back on Thursday. Are you here on Thursday? I can't remember who's here.
I'm going to say yes.
All right, so I think we're both back on Thursday. I'm back on Sunday for YGTV. And then I'm not here for a week.
I know. The potty show will be a mess. Right.
I'm having a holiday.
And I'm really pleased about that, because last year Bex didn't get a holiday and we never heard the end of it. Right, so going to move on to our lemon tree next, and this is the Eureka citrus lemon tree. The price is incredible. It's $27.99, $23.79 for club members. Do you know, this year has been incredible for our Mediterranean plants. It really has.
So good. Absolutely so good.
I've actually got this year grapefruit.
Have you?
I mean, we're talking about sort of like, they're not quite golf ball size yet, but they're getting there. First year I've ever had a grapefruit.
Amazing.
Right? So it's been a really good year. these are really healthy plants right now. Now, they don't have fruit on. I mean, some of them might have a little bit of blossom.
So I was in where we keep the citrus the other day. There are a few that have got little fruits growing. This one, I can't see any on here, but the point is that these are at the point where they are ready to produce fruits for you. So come the springtime, what you will get from these is some gorgeous flowers, and the flowers are deliciously sweet. The scent from the flowers is amazing. It's like tuberose, it's like gardenia, it's like the jasmine scent. It's really sweet and vanilla. It's beautiful. And then they've got the potential to then turn into those fruits. Now, the great thing is that those fruits can ripen over the period of sort of 12 to 18 months. In hotter countries, obviously, they'll ripen quicker, but here they take that little bit longer, and this is what makes the plant really interesting, because you can have flowers and fruits forming at the same time.
Now, just a few little tips. You do need to give it winter protection.
You do.
So bring it inside if you've got maybe a nice bright area in your home, but you don't want to put it too near a radiator or anything like that. But bring it inside in the winter months. Let it live outside all summer long.
Yeah, June through to September. Well, maybe even depending on where you are, but June through to September. Keep it outside. Let it bask in the sunshine.
Do feed it. We've got a fantastic citrus feed available from our Blooming Fast range. Feed it once a week during the summer months. Cut down on the feeding, the watering in the winter, but you can have for many, many years your own lemons. And also, although we class them as self-fertile, when you've got blossom on there, I would get a little brush and just brush from flower to flower, and that can really help with the pollination.
Really helps.
I did that this year with my grapefruit because I didn't get any fruit last year, and I've got some this year.
There you go.
I'm so excited. I am excited. I've got grapefruit. So that is the value on that. I'm not being funny, but I would expect that to be. I mean, the recommended retail price is $39.99, but I would expect that to be closer to £50.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
I mean, that's really well established.
And they're heavy as well, by the way. I don't know what compost they use over in Sicily, which is where we get these from, but these are heavy.
Like, you do a
that
workout
is 10 kilos easily. Yeah,
it's true. So when we move the plants around and bring them in, you're right, we both look kind of go, oh, when we lift that one. But it will be delivered, despite its weight, absolutely free of charge, as long as you use that offer code YGTV. 32.25.
There you go. So you get the free postage and you will get the saving by just entering a code, which is going to save you nearly 20 quid, basically, just simply by entering a code, which is the brilliant thing about shopping with us on YGTV.
Can we just say, by the way, the foliage also smells divine?
It smells like the fruit.
Yeah, it's like really citrusy.
Like it's gorgeous.
That value is incredible. So I've got quite a few citrus plants now, and they are quite magical. Now, we've only got about 5 minutes left, Bex.
Yes, I brought the Phoenix Canariensis out, which is a slight deviation from our show plan. It's the next one down, Martin. There you go. I just thought, rather than bringing the hibiscus out again, I'd bring a plant that you haven't seen yet, and it is the Phoenix Canariensis palm. And I do love it. I love it so much. I've actually got 3 of these. Now, I've had a bit of grief on TikTok. I've done a few videos on Phoenix Canariensis on TikTok, and everyone comes in and going, they're not hardy. I have never had a problem with my Phoenix Canariensis. Genuinely never had a problem. I plant them in pots. They're near to the house, I will say that much, but I've never had to do anything else to them, and they've got through every single winter so far. They are not the hardiest palm. That's the Trachycarpus. If you want the hardiest one, that can cope outside, no problems. But actually, I've found Phoenix Canariensis to be pretty resilient.
I mean, we said about -6, don't we?
We say down to -6, and I've had less, -6, -8 temperatures last year. The pots that I've got these in are just next to the house, which I think has obviously made the difference. So please don't be put off by them. I think they are absolutely amazing, and they give evergreen, gorgeous structure year round, and that's why I love them. They give that tropical feel. Last year, when I couldn't afford to go on holiday...
Really?
I was able to, create that lovely tropical paradise in my garden, and that's what it's all about.
So I agree. They are an easy one to grow in the UK, and I think the one thing is just make sure they don't get waterlogged.
Yeah.
So if they are in pots, make sure they are well drained. This is the size you'll get. So it'll arrive, and it will be between about 60 and 80 centimetres tall, and for $15.29. That's the club discount price. That will be delivered free of charge as well. So let's have a little look at this to give you an idea. Now, in a warmer climate, you know, you'll see these. It's the Phoenix Canariensis. You'll find these across the Canary Islands, places like Lanzarote, Gran Canaria. But actually, if you go
as far as Turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Do you know what? Actually, Bex, there is a. I remember going to Turkey, and there is a palm that's very similar to this in Turkey.
Really?
Yeah, I remember taking a picture of it and realising it wasn't quite the same.
But I won't make that same mistake then. Go look at this Phoenix Canariensis, and then someone comes and goes, "That's not Phoenix Canariensis."
It was a slightly different one, yeah. But I have seen there's a massive one growing in the Isle of Wight, and actually, if you live on the south coast, again, these can grow really big in the UK.
They grow big. There's London, you know, nice sort of those kind of microclimate areas in the country. You can grow these quite large, but generally we say they're not going to get huge here in the UK, but they will produce a beautiful display.
They really will. And so if you want that sort of like tropical look in your garden, then this is a great one to go for. Looks beautiful architecturally. I think it's a really quite a striking palm.
It is.
Right.
Very simple, very easy to look after.
We are almost out of time. Are there any quick messages, Bex, we can just squeeze in?
Anne says, pretty sure some volcanic soil is used. Used to have a property in Sicily with my ex. Yes, that's it. That sounds right, Anne. That's
where it's heavy, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you for that.
Marissa is thinking about buying the lemon tree. I hope you give that some consideration. Make sure you use ericaceous compost to repot it with.
It is a spectacular size for the price, I will say. It really is. And they're so healthy looking.
Neil says the scent from the Salvia collection is beautiful.
It is, Neil. I agree.
Yeah. And I think we did get another email in, so let's show it, shall we? Ruth D.
Hello, Ruth.
I have loads of hydrangeas, as they are one of my favourites. My newest one from YGTV is this one. The first blooms turned a beautiful colour, and now I have a new set of blooms. They are still cream, but just look at the size of them.
Wow. Wow. Oh. Stunning, Ruth.
Absolutely beautiful.
Now, this might make you smile, Bex.
Yeah.
So I met Ruth years ago, but Ruth's only fairly recently going to gardening. So Ruth's messaged me, so it would be really nice to catch up and have a coffee in your lunch break. Now, what was my response to that, Bex?
Yes, I love coffee.
Yes, but how long is our lunch break?
Oh, we don't have a lunch break.
That's it to Ruth. We have about 15 minutes, don't we?
We don't have a lunch break. Literally, we shove food in our mouths, have a quick toilet break, and then it's time to turn everything around.
Because what happens, we finish at 12, and then we reset the potting shed for TikTok.
So you've got to move all the plants, get the show plan set up, do all the technical bits, eat and wee.
But some other time, Ruth, on a different day, we'll be able to do that. Can I just say thank you to everybody. We've had a lovely time. Apologies that we had to start late because there's technical issues. Nothing we can do about that. But thank you so much. Keep ordering after the show. You can watch. Actually, because this was a short show, we did about an hour and a half. If you wanted to watch Thursday's show,
that'll be available.
Because Thursday was the same lineup, but it was the full 2 hours.
There you go.
So if you feel a bit shortchanged, go on the website on YouTube, and you can always watch Thursday's show.
And of course, we will be back on Thursday for more YGTV from 10 o'clock in the morning with a whole new lineup. And of course, we'll be on TikTok as well this afternoon from 1 if you want to join us on there.
Right, we're going to cram that sandwich down. We're going to have a little break.
Go.
Join Bex and I. TikTok, 1 o'clock. Love to speak with you.
See you soon, everybody. Enjoy your Sunday.